Mr. Flavor, can you do me a favor? Mastercraft on the beat.
Girl. Original Mr. Flavor upon the dance hall. The dance now. P-Square. Police. Are you ready now? Sexy Rose, my Asheri Coco. Baby, I see something beautiful for your back, oh. You're my sexy Rose, my Asheri Coco. Baby, I see something meaningful for your back, oh. You're my sexy Rose, my Asheri Coco. Baby, I see something beautiful for your back, oh. You're my sexy Rose, my Asheri Coco. Baby, I see something beautiful for your back. Child, you too fine, oh. Baby, you too fine, oh. You too sweet, oh. I will go the extra mile, oh. Anything for you, my baby. Because your waist is 34, your hips 44, and you are 24. I love my baby. Jealousy. I don't care. Baby, I see something beautiful for your back.
Time check, it's time for me to go. It's 6 o'clock in the studios of DBS Radio. It's time to bring you the evening news.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
In the headlines, the Dominica Association of Teachers has retained Mervyn Alexander as its president for the fourth consecutive term. In news from the region, World Bank predicts slow growth for Latin America and the Caribbean. And internationally, France president tells US and Iran that a ceasefire deal should include Lebanon. Good evening, I am Leila Langford. Details of the news when we return.
Flow makes your next phone upgrade easy. Add postpaid to your internet plan and score a Samsung Galaxy for as low as $33 a month. It's the smartest way to an interest-free premium phone upgrade. Don't let anything stand between you and that new phone feeling. Step into your upgrade with confidence. Visit us in store and sign up today. We keep your rhythm flowing. Terms and conditions apply.
DBS News.
Welcome back. The Dominica Association of Teachers has retained Mervyn Alexander as its president for the fourth consecutive term. Alexander was elected unchallenged at the 18th Biennial Convention of the Dominica Association of Teachers at Goodwill Parish Hall this morning. He told teachers that the Dominica Association of Teachers will take up an issue to ensure that all salaries of teachers in government-assisted schools are improved.
But there's another issue we must confront, one that affects fairness and unity among our profession, and that is the division between government teachers and teachers in the government-assisted schools. There's a little issue going around now, which DAT is not very satisfied with. The question is, aren't we all teaching children of the Commonwealth of Dominica? Aren't we all serving the same nation? Aren't we all carrying the same responsibilities? If that is so, why the disparity? Why? Why should a teacher in a government-assisted school or principal salaries be less than that of a government teacher? This is a question we have to ask ourselves. Is that fair? I don't think it is fair. DAT doesn't think it is fair, because we are all working in the interest of the nation. The Dominican Association of Teachers is clear. Fairness matters. Now, assistance can be one-sided. Yes, some support is given to those schools, but is that enough?
President of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Mervyn Alexander. Several communities in the south are expected to experience power outages this evening due to technical issues with Domlec's generating units. Domlec's PRO, Iola George, says this load shedding is not related to the geothermal plant.
Domlec wishes to inform customers that we did experience load shedding earlier today, Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2026. This was due to several generating units encountering unplanned technical issues. There were some units that were also off for scheduled maintenance. As a result, feeders to a number of communities in the south were turned off this morning. And in our efforts to restore electricity supply to those areas this afternoon, it became necessary to temporarily do the same as it relates to additional communities, including areas from Checkall to Belfast and Portsmouth to Capuchin. So these areas are expected to be without power till about 9 p.m. tonight, where we hope that the capacity status would have improved and there would be a reduction in the load request from our customers. We also take the opportunity to advise the public that this situation is not directly related to the geothermal project, which is in its commissioning phase. Geothermal is not yet available for commercial operations. As I mentioned before, this is due to technical issues with some of the units that we have, or generating units.
Domlec PRO, Iola George. The Independent Regulatory Commission has granted conditional approval for Domlec's application of revised electricity tariff rates. This approval ensures that the regulatory process complies with the relevant act and mandates a public consultation before the final approval of the new electricity rates. Executive Director of the Independent Regulatory Commission is Justin Case.
Hereby granted effective April 7th, which was yesterday, for Domlec to apply the revised tariff rates at 4% as agreed with the Commission. The conditional approval is granted subject to the following conditions. Condition number 1, public consultation requirements. Conditional approval is granted to allow the Commission to undertake and complete a process of public consultation regarding the proposed tariff adjustments. This consultation period shall allow for stakeholders' input and review prior to the issuance of a final determination on the proposed rates. Final ratification will occur by the Board of Commissioners upon their installation. And thirdly, compliance and reporting obligations which are imposed upon Domlec related to this conditional approval on any tariff-related matter. So Domlec was authorized to apply the revised tariff at 4% effective April 7th, 2026, subject strictly to the conditions outlined above and pending final determination by the Commission.
Executive Director of the Independent Regulatory Commission, Justin Case. Meantime, Case defended the new 4% electricity tariff rate to Domlec.
So the 4% increase actually is the lowest that we have arrived at to make Domlec viable. Currently, the last time that Domlec had a rate review was 2007. That's almost 20 years ago. It is quite unfair to them to keep operating in the manner they are. Any further shocks, which includes like what is happening in the war in the Middle East, can cause Domlec to not meet their financial obligations to operate. So the 4% doesn't mean that. What it means is 4% increase over the test year in Domlec's revenues. But it's not a direct increase. Actually, the good news is in every customer class, your bill is going to be reduced.
Executive Director of the Independent Regulatory Commission, Justin Case. Minister for National Security, Reuben Blackmore, has emphasized the need for a robust system to address illicit crimes in Dominica. A 3-day inter-institutional round-table meeting aimed at advancing firearms control and citizen security opened in Dominica this morning. The meeting is being held in collaboration with the Ministry of National Security and Legal Affairs, alongside the United Nations Regional Center for Peace, Disarmament and Development in Latin America and the Caribbean, and the CARICOM Implementation Agency for Crime and Security CARICOM Impacts.
The illicit trafficking of firearms can only continue with a certain degree of facilitation, which means, therefore, because you have people benefiting from the proceeds of crime, you have players within the various agencies, both private and public, who are facilitating the culprits. The system must be robust enough and serious enough to identify those players and to rid them out of the system. We live in a small society, homogeneous communities, where everybody knows each other. And as a consequence, therefore, we harbor criminals. And if we are serious about the future of this country, all of us have that moral responsibility to do what we need to do, to identify those who have made it their vocation to corrupt every institution in this country, including our young men who have been used as mules to carry out the trade of worthless, no-face individuals. And if we are serious about the future of this country, we have a responsibility to stop the pretense and to stop pointing fingers. Because when you point your finger, the thumb is back in your face. And it's high time we put aside politics and to deal with this threat to our civilization and civility.
Minister for National Security, Reuben Blackmore. The Electoral Office has announced that preparations are in place to begin weekly voter confirmation services at the Winter Park Sports Stadium starting next Tuesday. This initiative is designed to facilitate electors who are registered in constituencies outside of Roseau.
The Electoral Office advises the public that special arrangements have been made to assist persons living in Roseau who are originally from other constituencies or from the far ends of Dominica to complete their confirmation process. Beginning next week, Tuesday, the Electoral Office will be operating at the stadium in Roseau every Tuesday. Each Tuesday will be dedicated to different constituencies, and these schedules will be announced in advance. This initiative is designed to assist persons who are unable to travel back to the communities during the regular hours of the confirmation center, which is from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and on a Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So on the day designated to your constituency, now this is by no means transferring the confirmation center to Roseau. That's not what we are saying. We are trying to accommodate persons who live in Roseau and have not been able to visit their constituencies to get confirmed at their confirmation centers.
Chief Elections Officer Anthea Joseph. Meantime, Communication Specialist at the Electoral Office, Priska Julian, says electors from a different constituency will be accommodated every Tuesday.
April 14th, Laplain Constituency polling districts E01 to E07. April 21st, the Mont-Jean Rivière constituency polling districts H01 to H03. April 28th, Castlebridge constituency polling district A01 to A05. May 5th, Portsmouth constituency polling district L01 to L05. May 12th, the Cottage constituency polling district C01 to C03. May 19th, Vacas constituency polling districts U01 to U06. May 26th, the Paybush constituency polling district J01 to J04. June 2nd, Marigot constituency polling district G01 to G03. June 9th, Grand Bay constituency polling district D01 to D03. June 16th, Petit Savan constituency polling district KO1 to KO5. June 23rd, Collio constituency, polling district BO1 to BO3. June 30th, Wesley constituency, polling district VO1 to the VO3, polling district VO1 to VO3. July 7th, Salisbury constituency, polling district RO1 to RO2. July 14th, the Salisbury constituency, polling district Q01 to Q04. July 21st, St. Joseph constituency, polling district SO1 to SO5. July 28th, Soufriere constituency, polling district TO1 to TO4. August 4th, Roseau Valley, polling district PO1 to PO5.
Communication specialist at the Electoral Office, Priska Julian. That's the national focus, regional and international developments up next.
Bundle and watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
DBS News.
In news from the region, the World Bank has said that economic development in Latin America and the Caribbean is projected to grow 2.1% this year, below the 2.4% recorded in 2025. In its latest Latin America and the Caribbean economic update, the Washington-based financial institution said growth for 2027 is projected at 2.4%. According to the World Bank, the Bahamas will register growth of 2.2% this year, declining to 1.9% in 2027, while Barbados' growth this year is 2.7% increase to 3% in 2027. And internationally, French President Emmanuel Macron told the presidents of the U.S. and Iran that their ceasefire deal should include Lebanon. Macron, speaking with both presidents today, said that this will open the way to comprehensive negotiations that lead to a long-term peace deal. Macron also pledges that France will play its full part in close coordination with its partners in the Middle East. The White House says Lebanon is not part of the ceasefire, while Israel has continued to launch strikes today. That's news, the DBS Evening Sports Report. Up next with Gavin Richards.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
For it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
So FastPay, 2 minutes and you're on your way.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Well, good evening. I'm Gavin Richards with the DBS Evening Sports Report. Let's begin with news from Windsor Park, where we can tell you that works are advancing on the upgrades to the lighting at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. A project manager of the Windsor Park Lighting Project, Mayak Walia, says all electrical components are in place with internal connections to begin soon.
The last time we provided an update and we had a site visit, we were at the point of creating our concrete pads around all 4 of our poles, which would facilitate the electrical instruments that are required to ultimately facilitate the flow of electricity and power the lights on. So since that last update, the pads are now complete and all of the electrical instruments are placed in their correct positions. And as we move forward, we plan on doing our internal connections, which would be the main power to the driver racks in our system. So the main power for each pole to the driver rack for the system as well. I would say that this lighting system, based on the engineering and the civil design behind this system, I truly believe wholeheartedly that this will be a lighting system that the country of Dominica can be very proud of and can stand beside and have a sense of accomplishment.
And that was project manager of the Windsor Park Lighting Project, Mayor Walia. In some more sports this evening, the head coach of the national swimming team, Jason Robbins, says despite not winning any medals at the 2026 Carifta Swimming Championships, Dominica's lone participant, El Sheikh Sheikh, gave a good account of himself. The under-17 swimmer was Dominica's lone representative at the Games, which ended in Martinique on Tuesday. Robin says Safe was able to accomplish a number of personal bests and national records during the competition.
I think he did very well. He actually exceeded my expectation. Especially in the 400, I was actually expecting him not to beat his time. I was actually expecting to add the next 2 seconds on his time. But I was completely blown away by he actually breaking it, because we actually encourage him to take part in the 400 because he's the only swimmer. And it's not one of his favorite strokes, and he did exceptionally well. I generally feel very satisfied with his performance. He basically very obedient. He's not the kind of a person that get in trouble. Make sure he well rest everything. So I comfortable with the performance so far. He definitely have some areas of improvement, but with more engagement, more tournaments, you're going to see his times actually improving regularly. In every tournament after this tournament, I can assure you, once he stay on his training program, we're going to be getting much better times from him by next year now. So all his time is going to drop by at least 4 to 6 seconds. And you can imagine what that's going to be for Dominica.
And that's head coach of the national swimming team, Jason Robin. National cyclist Koaf Baron says he's looking forward to the start of the 2026 national cycling season. The cycling year is set to get underway this weekend. Koaf Baron is Dominica's defending national cycling champion. He's also set to represent Dominica at a number of meets regionally and internationally this year.
My form is pretty good right now. I've been training consistently, and I'm looking forward to this season, not only in Dominica, but overseas, where I would want to win a lot more bigger races. The OECS is one I am targeting, and it's sometime month end in May, and it will take place in Antigua. So going into the season here on Sunday, I'll just use it as training as usual, and look forward to the bigger races outside.
Koaf, how difficult has it been for you? Seeing that you've been dominating on the local scene, but it comes at a cost because you're not really able to challenge yourself locally. So how has that impacted you in terms of how we prepare for bigger competitions?
Well, in Dominica, I usually race on power. So I have a power meter. So I usually watch my power and try to keep the power that is needed so that when I go out of Dominica to race, it's like similar powers and stuff. But cycling is very different from other sports where I would go out and represent, and then other countries would have like 5 or 6 riders representing the country, so it's only me. So I only have a couple good moves to make in a race, because you can't really tell what's going to happen in the race. Different things could happen. I could get a mechanical, I could get a flat, I could, and most of the time it's not because of my fitness, it's because something happened which caused me not to be in the front group or something like that.
National cyclist Koaf Baron. The president of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association, Donnie Robinson, says there is need to get more involved with the school's basketball program. Speaking at the association's annual general meeting this week, Robinson says the school's program has been the breeding ground for Dominica's basketball. He says the DABA will do more to help the program and develop basketball at the grassroots.
We have to get closer to the sports division, obviously, but I think the only thing we can do, apart from providing the platforms for competition, is being partners with the school. We cannot run the school leagues, right? We know that. We can't run the school leagues, but we need to be more involved. And this year we are making a special effort to get more involved in grassroots/school basketball. And that is for both male and female, because the participation level for both is dwindling. It's just that you have bigger numbers in the male, but it is an area of concern, and we are planning to attack that this year.
President of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association, Donnie Robinson. Meantime, the 2026 national basketball season will tip off this weekend. The opening ceremony will feature a 3x3 tournament and the prize-giving ceremony for the 2025 season. DABA Vice President Yannick Regis says that 3x3 basketball will be in the spotlight for this year.
This year we are going to roll up a very exciting year of basketball. Starting with the National League, where we'll have the Premier League as well as the Division League once again. And we're looking forward to the players showing up their best and trying their best again, because we will, like the President mentioned and the General Sec mentioned, we'll have a national team that will be participating in the CBC tournament in Guyana in July, early July. So we're looking forward to the players showing up as early as possible, because the teams will be in training as soon as possible. In saying that, we will also this year be having, like the General Sec said, the national under-23 free team. That'll be the first time we'll be having that team formed, so that's another exciting opportunity for young players across the board. And later down that year, we'll be potentially having a under-18 team going to St. Lucia for another regional tournament. So this year we are packed with basketball at all levels: national, regional, and local, of course.
DABA Vice President Yannick Regis. The President of the Dominica Olympic Committee, Billy Doctorow, says Addison James's achievements at the Carifta Games has more than justified a decision to invest heavily into the athlete. James recorded his second consecutive gold medal, winning the under-20 men's javelin event on the weekend.
We have invested heavily in Addison and our 5 other elite athletes who are on Olympic Solidarity scholarships for the next 3 years in preparation for their qualifying attempts for the 2028 Olympic Games. So we are always confident that Addison could do it, and we hope that he can continue to make that kind of progress, because he threw over 70 meters just 2 weeks before the Carifta Games in Jamaica. So we know that he's capable of doing extremely well, and we are looking forward for his continued progress.
The President of the Dominica Olympic Committee, Billy Doctorow, says that other stakeholders need to continue to invest in the athletes.
And while we are happy with the many congratulatory messages coming from many individuals, from groups, from organizations, we want to tell people that, as I've always said, that we must try to not only wait for when an athlete performs and excels and win a gold medal, but we must try to be there for them in their preparation mode. This is very important, and we're asking for all the organizations to come on board. The individuals who are capable of doing it, the respective organizations, the business places, government, to come on board and be present for the athletes on a more regular basis. So we are hoping that this victory of Addison will again show the Dominican population that we have very talented athletes in Dominica. All they need is lots of support, encouragement, and we can go on to greater things.
The president of the Dominica Olympic Committee, Billy Doctrove, and we'll end with cricket as Dominica will begin the defense of its Windward Islands under-19 cricket title as that tournament gets underway this weekend at the Benjamin's Park. Dominica will open up the tournament playing Grenada on Saturday. The Dominica team is being captained by West Indies under-19 player Arsenio Fontaine.
Cricket fans across Dominica are set for an exciting week of youth cricket as the Winlot Inc. Super 6 Windward Islands under-19 tournament bowls off from April 11th to the 18th in Dominica. The tournament will feature the four teams Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines and Grenada, competing in a round-robin format across two venues, Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth and the Geneva Playing Field in Grand Bay. All matches are scheduled to begin at 9:30 a.m. daily. Dominica, as defending champions, will be looking to make full use of home advantage as they aim to retain their title in front of their supporters. The tournament promises a showcase of emerging cricket talent from across the Windward Islands, with players eager to make their mark on the regional stage. Cricket enthusiasts are encouraged to come out in their numbers to support the teams and enjoy a week of competitive and entertaining cricket.
And as the PRO of the Dominica Cricket Association, Kimara Ito, well, the full Dominica team for that Windward Islands under-19 tournament is Arsenio Fontaine, the captain. Aidan Burton will serve as vice-captain. Joshua Joseph, Alex Armstrong, Nian Davis, Kellan Christmas, Derwin Lewis, Elon Pascal, Dylan Joseph, Vince Daru, Kenneth Falmon, Dante Benjamin, Jojuan Benjamin, and Mackay Paul. The national under-19 team is being coached by Phoenix Thomas, and the team manager is Kevin James. Well, that's where we'll come to the end of the DBS Evening Sports Report. Of course, we'll have some more sporting highlights for you tomorrow morning. You can also look out for Off the Field, which comes up at 7 o'clock this evening. Quite a packed package for you tonight. So we'll see you at 7 o'clock. You heard the news earlier on with Leila Langford. I brought you the sports on behalf of the entire news and sports department. Our links person, DJ Halo Boy. I'm Gavin Richards saying good evening.
Watch $98 flow back into your pocket. It's simple. Just add mobile to broadband and save big with Flow. Get fiber fast Wi-Fi at home and all the data you need on the go. We've got you covered everywhere. So what are you waiting for? It's connection times 2 and up to $98 in savings for you. Add mobile to broadband today and take your connection to the next level. Visit in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
DBS Radio gives you top quality service over any other for live streaming of funerals. Call us today at 448-3282.
Good evening and welcome to this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Community Bulletin Board. It is the 8th day of April 2026. We begin with this evening's edition of the DBS Radio Death Announcements. We announce the death of Christine Fontaine Bellot, better known as Tintin of Grand Bay. She died on Wednesday, the 1st of April 2026 at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. She was the mother of Batilia, Gregory, and Ferdinand Bellot. She will also be remembered by one adopted daughter, 12 grandchildren, one son-in-law, one brother, 3 sisters, one brother-in-law, 13 nieces, 6 nephews, other family and friends' names too numerous to mention. The funeral arrangements for the late Christine Fontaine Bellot, better known as Tintin of Grand Bay, will be given in a subsequent announcement. We announce the death of Roberto James Blanc, aged 92, of Massac. He died on Wednesday, the 1st of April 2026 at the RF Home Care in Salisbury. The funeral arrangements for the late Roberto James Blanc of Massac will be given in a subsequent announcement. we announced the death of Merle Coffey, better known as Miss Merle.